It's the National Football League on EA Sports, as we see a team who left LA take on a team who came back home. It's the Raiders and the Rams, and it's all up next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Rams. Again, everybody, alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Now they're led out by the number 1 overall pick back in 2018, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
Baker going to throw this right away. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and he's got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Mayfield on first down. Akers back-to-back catches. Able to slither by. And he slits up past the 45 before being tackled. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Mayfield. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know, you can create those great mismatches, throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and drop shy of the 45. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursue, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. This one finding the hands of Brandon Powell. And he's going to be marked down just inside 35. Again, another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go that sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far. Well drilled, well prepared, and excited to start this game.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They moved this football in field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he'll get this one down to about 27. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Mayfield looks to throw. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to have the Rams first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with the deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. Over the middle, complete to the tight end, Higbee. And the Rams are going to be set up with a 1st and goal and a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown. Van Jefferson. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Rams will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting. Great film watching and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You have a lot to handle in this one.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was all capped off by the Van Jefferson touchdown reception. touchdown. It's Gay to kick this one away. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
Carr, the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Brandon Bolden. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal is get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow the defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Carr. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, to me, there's no question about the intent there, and I think you look fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding, but he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, it's Carr. And it's complete. This is Brandon Bolden. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Nice 3rd down conversion at even 20 yards.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Meanwhile, Carr's throw complete to Hollins. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Shotgun now for Carr. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And then we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a play fake. Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. He finds Bolden. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
This was pretty simple. Knocked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way he ran to the football and knocked it down to force a 4th down?
So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game. Trying to establish inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 29, Mayfield, open as Powell, that's complete. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Mayfield's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
4 yards remain for second down.
Mayfield to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Max has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Mayfield. And this one is incomplete. Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. First carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. And second down.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked out up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, Kyle just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. Open man is Jacob Hollister. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a third down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Carr on a bootleg. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we can fake our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip the save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, Brandon Powell. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Rams go on offense here with the 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Mayfield. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field, there it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield down. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. And now here come the Raiders.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams will have the football
as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far downfield and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the interception, Mayfield. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds as a line judge. The throw took it a little too far, and 2nd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them to a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Here's Mayfield. Flush to his right. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to put this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't feel like one after grabbing the momentum with a defensive play.
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls get to goalposts.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
How about the timing on that one? Well, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd. Here's Carr to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Bobby Wagner multiple times in All-Pro in there to drop him for a loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. It kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Rams ready to go on offense.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to 47.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little funk with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Mayfield looks to throw. Flush out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That's a double win there, partner. You keep that return man's hands, and you pin him inside the 5-yard line. Pretty darn good.
The Raiders heading out to take over.
And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Back near his goal line. Here's Carr. He's got a man, complete.
And he will step out of bounds all the way up at the 45-yard line. It's a big play there for Vegas.
And even 40 yards.
Ordinarily, when you're backed up this deep, most teams like to play it on the safe side, but not these guys. They took a big shot downfield and wound up hitting it for a big play. Back them into a corner, they come out swinging.
So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
To throw his car. And finding Keelan Cole.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage, so they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Carr. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Carr.
And that is incomplete. But pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So Carr will depart, and on comes a Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson, for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal drawn a bit closer here in this 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Let's rock and roll.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
And they'll start at the 25 as Powell decides against returning it.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Looking deep downfield, and that is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as he made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you build the defense. You're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing, Mayfield.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, Mayfield.
Akers back-to-back catches.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them free. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Come on, let's go.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
Now, Carr again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and is already getting home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Carr.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Carr to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to 4th down. So Carr exits on 4th down, and on comes Daniel Carlson for the field goal try. Carlson able to put this one through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. With a slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. First down, Mayfield. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up nowhere to throw the football successfully.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of first down right near the 24. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
With the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Raider offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. They've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On first down, Carr. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
That's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Carr. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. Nifty move. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 36, Mayfield. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large body tight ends and whatnot. Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Mayfield a throw for it on 4th. Open. The ball comes out, and the Raiders pick it up. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Carr. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Good clean play, no flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on the punt for Vegas. On to return is Powell. They'll call it punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7.
L.A. readies for its next possession. This game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
62 yards on the ground for him so far.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practicing game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
To the right side, complete to Jefferson.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
If this were baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down. The defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on the punt for L.A. Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10.
Carr, the Raiders come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Sometimes with a running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd and 9, Carr. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Able to drop it that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
That's his 2nd sack in this one.
You just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
Ball start. Awesome.
Colton Miller, former first-round pick, called for the penalty there.
Still 3rd down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure, they got him again. Aaron Donald bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're pocket for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. They'll run a draw now with Akers. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the pickup there to bring up a 2nd and 9.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now here's a throw that's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher for guys trying to get to the football.
Steps away to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 7, Carr. And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively. defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll be stopped short of the first down, right around the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
They didn't get a first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's A.J. Cole now, standing right at his own 5-yard line. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Now our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. That would complete to Skronik. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember him the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 7 yards on a pickup there, and it'll leave it with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On a counter, this is Akers. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there to tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies of the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Got to kick it, right? I mean, even the short yardage, you boot this thing, don't you?
Yeah, but I know how aggressive you are. I know what you want. You want to go for it, don't you? You're feeling it, aren't you?
Yeah, but treat it like a football game, not like Madden.
I like that. Fight the temptation, kick the field goal, because if you go for it and don't get it, you put a lot on your defense in a short amount of time.
This one, no doubt, important for Matt Gay. This for a 4th quarter lead. Gay's kick is good, and they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. So he the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame. It didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
After the main field goal, Gabe back out there to kick it off. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring out of the end zone, not a good one. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 18. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on a first down run. He gets maybe 3.
He continues to struggle to find crease to break off a big one. It might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Bolden. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Carr now to throw. Flushed. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Aaron Donald. Make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. Well, collectively as defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at the quarterback.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Rams getting set to go now. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, and keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They go play action. Mayfield to the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves to James. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Mayfield off the play fake. And his throw here is incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. He took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Mayfield. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 28. And give him 17 yards that time as they'll move the chains.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
A first down throw for Mayfield.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let it create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
Mayfield.
Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
On the give, this is Akers.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'd be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach.
Touchdown! Tyler Higbee, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Rams are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. It's an important drive for them there. They're not home, but momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only one score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. A 10-play drive at a time. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone.
And Abdullah lost the football. And the Rams have got it back.
Starting to get the sense throughout the league that more special teams coordinators give their guys the green light to bring the ball out because everyone wants big plays to happen. I don't know if that philosophy will hold after that error there. Turn it over that deep in their own territory.
Do guys go rogue there a lot based on feeling?
I think a lot of them just sense that they can make a play and make a huge one to help their team. And they have to have that athletic arrogance about themselves. And every now and then, though, it'll cost them. And that's what we just saw there.
Mayfield on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up the second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
On the handoff, it's Akers.
And they get to it quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard in the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the big return hadn't fired up, but in the end, the offense all's out. They only mustered 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking middle, and that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefit of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Carr, and he'll find Moreau here. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Carr. Catch made is Moreau. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 in 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come and play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again. 104 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get your reset. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. A give up the middle to Akers. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Here's Akers. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Raider D, they get the football back. So Derek Carr in the offense, down by 11, 1:44 to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Throwing his Carr. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Now Carr.
Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, they've certainly had trouble blocking this defense through 3.5 quarters. So I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Carr to throw.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Carr.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
And the Rams are going to have it here just past the 25.
For the this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote. Second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch a shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And this old expression, that's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into half of the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.